Hi everybody, welcome back to Coder Dojo at the Victory Library Summer Series, and we are on week 3 and have another project for you guys this week. This project will be kind of an art project. We'll actually be building the tools to create art with, if you can believe that. So let's go ahead and get started. This week's project will also touch on the computer science concepts of loops, conditionals, and variables, similar to last week. We'll be applying those hands-on. So let's go ahead and have you go over to this web link here at the raspberrypi.org website. And if you want to pause this video or whatever you need to do to get this web link entered into your computer web browser, and then we can go to that site. Okay, so once you get to that web page, this is what you should see. This is the Paintbox project, and here's a working example of the finished project here. So you can go ahead and click on the green flag. And this is what it does. You have a pencil that you can draw with. You can change the colors. You can change the width of your pencil tip there, and so on. Okay. And then you can clean it all up when you're done. So that's what we're going for today. And you can go ahead and hit the stop up there. And while you're on this page, we have to have everybody download some graphic files that we need for this project. So if you scroll down, same web page here, and you scroll down to the bottom to click on the Make a Pencil link there. Okay. So on the Make a Pencil page, you should see an online starter project link there. So what you want to do is click on that online, open the starter project link. And what's going to happen here is it's going to redirect us over to the Scratch website. And you should see this once that loads. You should see a little blue pencil and so on. And then the Scratch development interface there. Okay. So what we want to do from here is actually log into our account with Scratch, and you should have created a free Scratch account last week. So up here in the right hand corner, go ahead and click Sign In, and then we will get logged in to our own account with Scratch. And this is important because you'll want to save your project today, and this is the way to do it. So once you're in, I'm going to go ahead and jump off of the screen here for a minute. Once you're in, you should see a remix button up here at the top part of the screen, and what you'll want to do is click on Remix, and then you should see a little message, project saved as remix. And so what this means is basically that file we loaded into our Scratch account is now ours, and we can go ahead and continue on. So up here the file name field, you can leave the file name as is. Right now it's showing Paintbox Remix 2, or you can change it if you want something else. I think I'm going to put my name on here just so I know it's my project. Just a little thing I like to do. Okay, and then we're ready to go. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we need to download some additional blocks of code. So over here in the code tab, we have all of our blocks of code that come automatically with Scratch, but we need some additional code blocks for what we're doing today. So in order to do that, what you can do is if you go down here to the very bottom left corner, there should be a blue square there, and if you hover your mouse over it, you should see a description, add extension, little description window pop up, and go ahead and click on that blue square for add extensions. And then there are some really cool bonus blocks of code, if you will, that you can access and add to your Scratch development environment. But right now we're going to just choose the pen extensions here. So go ahead and do a single click on that, and that should load your pen extension blocks right into your Scratch project. Okay, and you should see pen down here, and then you all the green blocks there. Okay, so let's go ahead and start coding. And what we're going to want to do is click on the events button there, and then we should get our events blocks of code, and we're going to want to choose the when green square, or when the green flag is clicked. That's the one that we use when we want to start our program. Okay, and then we're going to go down to the control buttons there, control button, and get a control block, which is a forever loop. Okay, and that means that whatever goes inside of this block of code, it's going to continue on and on and on throughout the program. Okay. So we'll put the forever block there, and then we're going to go up to the motion button, and we're going to get a go to, and right now it says random position, go to random position block. And we're going to go ahead and click and drag that and just drop it right into the forever loop. Okay. Now after you put that in there, click on the random position, or where it says random position field, and then you're going to choose mouse pointer from the drop down menu. Okay, so again you should click on, looks like it's running the code for random position, and it is random. Let's go ahead and press stop on there, and we're going to do mouse pointer instead. Okay, so that just means that when you start your program, when you click on the green flag up here, you see how your mouse pointer and your pencil are following each other. So that's all that code is doing. Okay. Okay, so we're going to continue on and code some more with the pencil sprite, and make sure that when you're doing this code that we're doing right now, make sure that down here in the right corner that your pencil sprite is selected, and there's that blue box highlight around it. You don't want the eraser sprite highlighted. You want the pencil one. Do you see how the code appears and disappears underneath me there? Okay, so pencil sprite highlighted. So let's go ahead and code some more. Now the next thing we're going to want is we're going to add some of those extension blocks that we just downloaded a minute ago here. So go ahead and click on the pen blocks there, bottom left corner of the code tab. You should have a pen icon there, and you click on that. Okay, and then from these blocks you're going to want to choose a couple things. So we're going to go ahead and get pen down and pen up, those two blocks of code, and just drag those up. Right now just put those by themselves. Okay, and then we're actually going to get another block of code. Now go up to the control button, and now we're going to get some of those conditional, one of those conditional blocks of code. Another name is the if-then statements. Okay, so from that one you're going to want to actually choose. There's an if-then here, and then there's another one underneath, and we're actually going to want to choose the second if-then block. Okay, drag that out. Okay, so you should have if, and then there's a diamond, then, and then there's two spaces there underneath. in between the else. So go ahead and let's drag that up and let's drop it right into the forever loop there, right underneath the go to mouse pointer. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and drop the pen blocks for pen down and pen up into the if and else. Okay, so now you're seeing it's showing if, then pen down, else pen up. Okay, so this little diamond here in the middle, we need to do something about that. Okay, we need to put a block of code in there next. So what we'll want to do for that is go over to our tab for code and click on sensing. Okay, and from the sensing button you should see the sensing blocks of code, and we're going to want to choose mouse down block. Okay, and it's a little ways down there. And check this out, if you drag that over and drop it into the if then, it should just fit right in there nicely. Okay, okay, so now the fun part, we can test this out. Let's see if this code works. So let's go ahead and click the green flag up here above our stage and click and drag your pencil across the stage there, and you should see something happening. Okay, alrighty. So your pencil, it should be drawing now. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on. And what we're going to do next here is we're going to code our pencil so that it will change colors, the colors of the ink or the crayon, if you will. So to do that, we're going to want to make sure that, again, that your pencil sprite is still selected down here in the bottom right corner. Okay. All right, and then from there we're going to want to go over to the left side, and next to the code tab there's the costumes tab. So go ahead and click on the costumes tab. Okay, and you should see your pencil on there, and this is the graphic editing screen for your sprites. Okay. Now up here in the right above the color fill field there's a little window in it. Right now it should be showing pencil-A. So what we're going to want to do now is rename the sprite. Okay. So what you can do is type in the field there, and you should be able to, on your keyboard, type in, you can leave pencil in the dash, and then we're going to type in blue. Okay, and then you can hit the enter key on your keyboard. Okay. Alright, so after you've done that, you're going to want to, we're going to make another colored pencil from the same screen here. So what you'll want to do is go over here to the left little column there, and you're going to right click on the small pencil sprite there in the corner. Okay, you should get a little field popping up, duplicate, export, delete. Okay, you want to choose duplicate. Okay, and then you should have two of those pencil blue sprites. There's one, two, and then there's the third is an eraser. So you have pencil blue for number 1, and if you click on the number 2, it's pencil blue 2, and we're going to actually want to rename that one now. So same thing, go ahead and click in the field there, and we're going to change the name of this one to green. Okay, pencil green. Okay, so that pencil, the picture of the pencil there, that sprite is blue still, right? So let's go ahead and color that one so we can see the green there and just know which is which. Okay, visually. So what you can do is click on this fill tool here and you know, change it to a shade of green that you like. I just did that, and then you'll want to, after you happy with your color of green, you're going to want to go down here to the tools menu and click on the one that looks like a kind of like a little paint bucket being tipped over. Okay, and then what you'll do is just scroll over, and as soon as you go over the pen there, the pencil, it should turn to that color, the same color of green. Okay. All right. Okay, so we have our two costumes. Now, note that this is this one sprite, but it has two different costumes or two different looks. It's got a blue and it's got a green. Okay, so that'll make a little bit more sense later. Let's go ahead and click on the Code tab and get out of there for now. And the next thing we're going to want to do is add some sprites here. Okay, so go down here to the right corner and go to the little the cat or scratchy blue button there. Choose a sprite, and we're actually going to click on the paintbrush. Okay, so what this means is we're going to create our own sprite here. We're not going into the sprite library, but we're going to just create a sprite from scratch here. No pun intended. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is create two colored squares. So from the tools here, you're going to want to go down to this little square or box shape icon. And then on the screen, you can go ahead and click and drag, and you should see a little square appear there. And notice that it's also appearing over here on our stage, and that's okay. Alright, you can just leave it where it is for now. Okay, and once you have your square the size you want, go over here to the left side column, and we're going to go ahead and name this one in the field. And right now it says costume 1, and go ahead and on your keyboard just delete that, and we're going to type in a new name for this sprite, and it's going to be green. Okay. Now notice down here, let's see here. Let's go ahead and go back out to the code screen. Now if you scroll down, notice down here where our sprites are showing. Right now it's showing Sprite 1, and we actually want to rename that to green. So to rename your sprite up there, the last name we did was actually just the costume name. So the sprite name for that sprite, that object, go ahead and type in the same name, just for consistency there, green. Okay, so now notice how the green sprite down there has a name green. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and we need one more square, and we could do another one from scratch, or we can just do a right click on the one that we already created and choose duplicate. You see down there in the corner. Okay, and then we have another square. Now this square is the same size and color, and we want to edit that a little bit so it's a different color. So in order to do that, we'll go up to the Costumes tab, and then you should see your second square, and we're going to change that to a blue color. So go ahead and click on the fill, and then we're going to change it to a color blue, just whatever color, whatever shade you want. There's mine. Okay. And then go ahead and get that paint bucket and go ahead and change that one. Okay. Now notice up here in the left corner, the costume name for this one is showing green. So let's go ahead and change that to blue. Okay. All right, and once you have those done, go ahead and go back out and click on the Code tab to get us back out to the main screen. And look down in the lower right corner. Now you have a green and a blue sprite. And the blue sprite is showing green 2 is its default name. And we're going to go ahead and rename that. And you guessed it, we'll rename it to blue and hit enter. Okay. Okay, so you might be wondering what these squares are for. If you remember from the demo, there were different squares you could click on, different colors you could click on to change your pencil color. So that's what those are going to be doing here soon. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's move these around a bit. You can put these wherever you want. I'm going to put mine down here in the corner. Those first 2 colors. Okay, and then your pencils should be up there somewhere. But make sure that your green sprite is selected there in the lower right corner. So it's got the blue around it. Okay, and then we're going to do some code on this one next here. All right. Okay, so from the events button, go ahead and click on that, and we're going to choose when this sprite clicked, right? And drag that out. And again, that's when the green sprite is clicked. And you can see here the green sprite is actually highlighted, so it's actually showing us which sprite that code is going to. Okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to choose another block of code from this same events blocks, and we're going to look for broadcast message 1. Okay. Okay. Now I don't think we've touched on broadcast yet, but the broadcast block is basically a message that is being sent out, kind of like if you could think of you're listening to your radio or your iPod, and you're hearing something. In the world of world of Scratch, a broadcast is a message that's being sent out to a sprite or sprites on the stage. Okay, so what we're going to want to do now is click on where it says message 1 in the field. And from the menu, you should see new message and message 1. And we're going to create a new message. Okay? And this new message can be whatever you want it to be. We're going to keep it simple as a single word. You don't need to tell a bunch of information. Just a single word will do. And we're going to tell it message is going to be the word green. Okay? So you can just type that in there. Get that in there, okay? And now it should show green there in your box, your field there, broadcast green, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and move on over to the code tab, and we're going to go to the looks blocks, and we're going to choose the switch costume. Let's see here. Okay, and then once you get that, it should be on green already. And then we're going to go down to down there in the lower left corner to the pen blocks, and then set pen color to. Okay, we're going to grab that and put that out there too. You should already have a color in there. If you want to change it, modify it, you can just click right on the colored circle there. I'm going to leave mine as is. Okay. And let's go ahead and test out our code and see if this works. So go ahead and go over to the stage, click on the green flag, and we're going to click on the green square there, and let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm trying mine, and I'm clicking, and I'm still getting the same color right now, so something's not working. So let's go back and look at our code. Okay, and I see the problem here is we have the message being broadcast out, green, 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 but the pencil doesn't know anything yet because we didn't code the pencil yet. So let's go ahead and do that. So go ahead and go down to your sprites and click on the pencil sprite. Okay, and the green one for now. Well, it's showing green, and it's really just one pencil with the different colors in it. Okay. All right. So then, what we're going to want to do is go back up here to events, the events button, and this time we're going to choose when I receive that broadcast, that message, right? So we'll go ahead and click on that. Now it's getting kind of cluttered in here with the code, so I'm going to click on this down here. There's a little magnifying glass, and I clicked on the magnifying glass with the minus in it just to make things a bit smaller here. And maybe I'll zoom back out again so it's not too hard for you guys to see. All right, so when I receive, and then green, and then we're going to go to the looks button, and we're going to go to costume, and we're going to go to switch costume to, and we're going to go ahead and drag that out. Right now it shows eraser in the box, and we don't want that. So go ahead and click on switch costume to, and then the field, click on it, and you should get pencil blue, pencil green. And that's cool because that's showing. You remember when we went into the costumes tab and we changed the different colored pencils? So it's seeing the different costumes. So we're going to choose the pencil green costume. Okay. Now these blocks, it's okay for them to be separate from this other set of blocks of code over here. Okay, they're still going to work when we run our program. And again, you can zoom in and out of here if you need to on your computer screen by using these little zoom tools down here in the lower right corner. And I'm going to leave mine zoomed out. And so we're going to go back to the code tab and the operators button. Or I'm sorry, not the operators button. We're going to go to the pen. Added extensions down there. Okay, on the very bottom. And we're going to choose set pen color to. I'm going to drag that and put it out there. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to scroll up and I'm going to hit the green flag to run the program, and let's see if this does any better here. Okay, so still not getting the green pencil ink. Oop, now we are. Okay, I pressed stop up here and start again, and I clicked on the green square, and the code started working now. I got a nice green color, and I'm getting a nice scribble going there. Alright, that's pretty messy, isn't it? Well, we will code something to get that cleaned up here in a bit. Alright, so we have the green sprite color there. When we click on that with the pencil, that's changing the color to green. But now we need to code the blue one so that we can go back and forth between the colors. So basically we're going to do the same thing that we just did with the green sprite to the blue sprite there. So go ahead and click on the lower right corner, click on the blue sprite, and then we're going to do the same code we just did a minute ago over again here. So when the sprite is clicked from the events blocks of code, and then broadcast, and we're going to want to choose new message, and this time we're going to choose blue. Okay, now once you have that coded on the blue sprite down there, go over and click on the pencil sprite again, okay? Alrighty. Now we're going to code, just like the code that's up here that we just did, we're going to do the same code again, except the color is going to change here. So now it's going to be when I receive, and then we're going to do blue, okay? And then we'll go over to looks and get that switch costume to, and I'm going to just speed up a little bit here since we already went through this one time. And then the pen blocks and set pen color to. Now this time, obviously, you're going to want to change the color, so you can click right here and tweak that over and try to get the color blue that you like. And I'd say just play with it. There's definitely some method to this, but you can also just visually just kind of eyeball it here. That's what I like to do. Okay, that looks pretty close to the color that I have on my blue sprite there. Okay. Okay, so one other thing we'll want to add here, I'm going to just scroll over a little bit here because this is getting kind of cluttered. Back to your original block here, when the program starts, oops, let me scroll down a little bit there. Right underneath the when green flag clicked there, we're going to actually drop a new block of code in there. And this is a handy one because this is going to clean up our mess here on the stage. So go ahead and from the pen blocks of code, you're going to want to choose erase all, and then we're going to just stick it right underneath the when the green flag is clicked. So every time you click the green flag, it's going to clear off. So let's go ahead and try things out. Let's click the green flag. You should get everything cleaned up, and then let's go ahead and try out our blue sprite now. Okay, do you see now how that worked? The ink, the pencil changed color, both the ink and the pencil itself. And let's go down to the green sprite, and same deal, green ink and green pencil. Okay, cool. Okay, let me take a look at my notes here. Now from here, I think you get the idea. You can actually code more colors. We have blue and green, but there's, of course, many more colors. You could, go crazy and do a dozen. You could do whatever amount of more colors you want. And basically doing the same code, and you'd have to do, more costumes for your pencil. Right now there's just the blue and the green, but you can continue on with more. Okay. So that's something that I'm not going to do now just for the sake of time, and you're more than welcome to code that on your own and just make it as plentiful in color as you want, or different colors. So we're going to do one more quick thing here, just to get an erase feature on our project. Actually, we're going to do two more things for the time we have left. So the first thing is we're going to create an erase button there right on the stage to be used. So what you're going to want to do this time is go to the Sprite library. So lower right corner, you're going to want it down here. You're going to want to choose a sprite this time. and that's going to load the Sprite library. And this time we're going to go along the main menu and the blue buttons. We're going to go to, let's see here, sports food. Let's go ahead and scroll down. Okay, so what I'm looking for down at the very bottom, under the all selection on the menu there, you're going to see the letters of the alphabet. And we're going to choose the good old letter X. So go ahead and click on that, and that should, as soon as you select your X, whichever one you go with, you should see that pop up on your stage immediately. Now my X is a little bit big, so I think I'm going to just go into the costume for it real quick here. And I'm going to drag, oops, let's see here. I'm going to go up to my select tab. I'm going to draw a box around it, and then I'm going to just click on the corner there. Get a little bit smaller there. Do you see how it's getting smaller on the stage? Okay. And you can do that if you want. If not, that's fine too. Just your own. It's up to you. Okay, so this is pretty quick code on this guy. Basically, this is going to be an erase button. So what you're going to want to do is go over here to the events button there, and then good old when the sprite is clicked. Okay, and then we're going to go down here. Let's see here. Okay, then you're going to go down here to the pen blocks of code, and guess what? Erase all. Doesn't get much easier than that, does it? So go ahead and get the erase all block, and then let's try it out on stage. So let's get some color here. Let's make a mess. Okay. Alright, and then let's clean it up. Let's go ahead and click on that X, and you should get that going there. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and hit stop. And we're going to do one more thing with our project today. For the sake of time, we're going to just do one more thing to change the size of the pencil ink there. Or I guess the pencil tip would probably be a better way to describe it, okay? Okay, so we are going to we get to go into the operator blocks of code now for this one. So before that though, stay in the pen blocks of code here, and we're going to choose the set pen size, and it should be down here in the bottom. Let's scroll down a little bit. Change pen size to, there's a change pen size by. You don't want that one, you want this other one, change or set pen color. Or I'm sorry, set pen size to. Set pen size to. Okay. Now let's see here, getting a little bit clearer. I'm gonna have to scroll over here a bit. Okay. Alright. And then we're gonna click and drag, and we're actually gonna drop this in here with all this other code right underneath the go to MousePointer. I'm going to move this over here. Oops, where'd my code go? No, what am I? Oh boy, you know what? I dragged one of these too far, and if you drag it too far to the left, it'll just disappear. I think I trashed it. So, anyways, I'm not gonna worry about that right now. We're just gonna continue on here. Just know that my blue pen feature is not working, in case I'm wondering later. Okay. All right. So change pen size to. Now, right here, there's a number 1 in the field there under the set pen size to, and we're actually going to go ahead and get a different block here. Let's see here. So go ahead and click on the variables button, and then you're going to, let's see here. All right. So the make a variable up here in the left top, it's underneath the variables word there. So go ahead and click on that, and then you're going to set a new variable, up a new name, and it also says for all sprites or for this sprite only. So just choose for this sprite only, and then the name of this variable is going to be width, width. Okay, and now remember that a variable is it's like a container. If you can picture a cardboard box, it's like that. It's a container. It's got a name, and you can put different things inside it. And you know, in the world of coding, you're going to put different code in there. Okay, so now you should see some orange blocks of code under the variables button. And if you got kind of lost or mixed up, you can click around on these different buttons and make sure you're on the variables button there. Okay. And you'll see here that we now have a variable named width. Okay. And so we're actually going to take that width block and drop it right into the set pen size block. Okay, should just drop right in there. So now it's reading set pen size to a width. Okay, now check this out. On our stage, look up here in the corner, we have a pencil and width little tool up there. Okay, so that's showing the number of the width that it's at right now. And that was automatically just dropped in there when we created our variable. Okay. Now if you click on that, you should get a drop down, or let's see, a right click on there on the pencil width tool. You should get a normal readout, large readout, or slider. And we're actually going to want to choose slider. Okay, and now you have this cool little thing here. Okay, and that can adjust the size of our pencil width. Alright, now for the fun part. Let's try it out. So let's go back up and click the green flag. And let's choose, let's see, I'm going to choose green and check that out. There's my pencil width now. And it's pretty thick, so I'm going to go up here to the slider and tone it down a bit and check it out. There's our pencil width. Quite a difference, right? Tweak it, and there's another one there. Now let's scroll out here and see what's going to happen. Whoa, I think that's way too much width there. Okay. Well, our pencil width is working now, and there's also some cleanup to be done. So go ahead and you can click on the erase. And hey, check that out. It drew on there at the same time. Well, it looks like a computer bug to me. Okay. All right. So I think we are going to stop there for today. We've got things coded so that we can get our pencil to change colors, and we can erase when we're done with our work, and we can change the pencil width. So again, this is just a basic example of this. You can customize it more. You can create more colors. There are some other features. If you go back here to the paint box page for this project that we've done today, over here in the left column, there are some more custom things you can do for this project, if you so choose. Okay, so I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for today. We did quite a bit. You know, we did loops, variables. What else did we do? Conditional statements. So we did some great computer science, hands-on application, and created a cool project. Alrighty. And so next week we will go ahead and continue on. It's going to be the same time, 2 p.m. next Tuesday, June 30th, last week of the month there, and we'll have something else for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed things. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to send me an email. There's my email address at work here, and I'd love to get any feedback I can. And so Thanks again for joining us today. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time.